written that way, but it's quite musical language. So I would like to know more about it.
Exactly. Great, amazing. And you know, the fact that you know a little bit of French already, and also that you are starting with Italian will be a great help, but also quite a dangerous fact, because it will help you for sure, but at the same time you could mistake between the languages, because they are so close, Italian even more. So, but at the end of the day, I always say that that's a great help, because of course you are getting very familiar with many words and many construction even. The question is that even when some construction are so close, the grammar is different. So, that's why you should also learn and study Spanish. Not only think, I know already Italian, so Spanish is done. No, be careful. Because of course we are very close, but anyway, they are different languages, but with the same roots. It's like Ukrainian and Russian. You can understand even each other, right, Alex? But probably construction are not the same. So they not only sound different, but they are in fact different. Of course they are different languages, but many construction are different even when they sound very close.
I can understand. I can speak Russian, but Russian can't speak Ukrainian.
I heard that, which is amazing. But sometimes we have the same problems, for instance, with Portuguese, because they can, in a conversation, probably they can understand us much better than we can understand them. But only with people from Portugal. That's the interesting question, because people from Brazil, they are much more open. You can understand them much better, because people from Portugal, they have a very close accent, and it's so complicated to understand them. But sorry, I went so far. So thank you, Eze. Great. What about, hey, Meruert, hello.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Nice to see you. Qué bueno verte. Great. So Aida, Arailin, girls, why you decided to join us today? Just because you wanted to take a look, or maybe because you are interested in Spanish some way?
I can say from my side, I just saw on Instagram the post actually on a story, so decided to join because I'm on my way to start learning Spanish. But I don't know, like I thought that if I will join this one, like how you speak really makes me crazy. It's really sounds melodic, so I thought that maybe I will get more motivated to start.
Great, super. That's the kind of like speech that we need. that is Spanish. It's interesting that you both mentioned music, because today's lesson is connected with music. So great, you are making a wonderful introduction. Muy bien. Arelim, and from your side?
I'm interested in Spanish too, because before the quarantine started, I won the program. I won the program to the intern in Spanish in Spain. Sorry, and then they told me to learn the basic of Spanish, and then I started. But because of quarantine, I couldn't go there.
I see.
But I think that next year maybe I will be there. And
Great.
before the time, I wanna learn this kind of language.
Okay. And do you know already any Latin language like French or Italian or Portuguese or something like that?
Oh, no.
Not yet. Okay, no worries. Okay. You know, my experience is that for you, Russian speakers, Spanish is a very easy language. Not only because Russian is that complicated that after that everything is easy, but also because, except from one important question, which is the verb structure, Spanish is really a a quite affordable language for you. I don't know with Turkish. I should study that question. But at least with Russian, I had, because when I moved here to Kazakhstan, I started, I mean, in Almaty, I taught Spanish for a year, and all my students were super smart, and they learned super fast. So I analyzed a little bit the situation, and I got that. I mean, it's something connected with I don't know, but with the Russian for sure. That it's not complicated for you. We lost Atuar. No, that guy. We lost him, but okay, no worries. Maybe it's just an internet problem. And Miraz, what about you? Do you know a little bit of Spanish?
Actually, I don't know anything about Spanish, but I'm interested to know some basic phrases or words due to you. And I guess, and I think it's a good opportunity to know.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Let's see. Of course, my pleasure. So the Aur, we lost you, but you came back. Hello again.
Yeah. Hi.
Everything is okay. Yes,
yeah.
Probably your connection.
Yeah, I just need to answer some call.
So. Oh, it's okay. So Daur, do you know a little bit of Spanish, or why are you today with us?
No, I don't know, to be honest. But I'm interested in it because it sounds cool, beautiful, and okay. I'm just curious. Yeah, what language is it?
Great. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
And I participated once. Yeah, in offline meeting in Starbucks cafe. Yeah, and it was kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Super. So sometimes I start also the sessions trying to show that you know much more Spanish than you think, but it's a typical exercise that our hosts are already heard many times, so I'm not going to repeat that way, okay? But you know, I'm sure that all of you know more Spanish than you think, okay? Because of music, because of even from football, I mean, for many reasons, from serials or whatever, you know much more Spanish than you think. And if you start to remember, you can say, yes, corazón, primavera, te quiero, bésame mucho, all those things. So you know much more Spanish than you think, okay? It's just that sometimes you don't know that that's Spanish, you think that that's Italian probably or whatever, but that's Spanish, absolutely. And I'm sure that all of you know the two more, well, the two, it's a little bit sad, but the two more important words that we export to the whole world from Spanish, which are fiesta and siesta, okay? Well, it's not sad, it's the reality of our idiosyncrasy, okay? But yes, fiesta, do you know what is fiesta? Of course, fiesta, party, wieczerinka, etc., okay? And siesta.
Thank you for them.
Not only for the words, but for the facts, right? And siesta, do you know what is siesta?
Napping time.
Exactly. It's a very healthy, how to say, like
daytime nap.
Exactly, like life hack. And you'll see a life much different and much better after a siesta, okay? So I can only recommend you, even more important in summer, okay? But hello, Sarah, you just joined us, right?
Yes, I'm glad to see you, Aurora.
Me too. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Very well. Thank you so much for joining us. So as I told you, some of you mentioned music when you explain why do you like Spanish, okay? Sorry, probably I cannot say your name properly.
That's okay, you're not the only one.
Okay.
So
okay.
you can call me AJ if it's easier.
AJ, okay, yeah. It's like, yeah, because it's the C with the, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can just think it like in English, AJ, two letters, that's good enough. Yeah.
Thank you. So you mentioned music, and you say that the Spanish, well, some way the Spanish accent sound a little bit like music or something like that, or very musical, and the same Aida, I guess. Okay. Which is an interesting fact, because I'm not going to defend that the Spanish is the best language in the world, because I mean it's ridiculous, because we all have our own language, and probably as this girl Manon said, a multilingual brain is a happy brain. So I'm not going to defend just Spanish, okay? But the fact is that many people say that Spanish, when you don't know the language, it sounds kind of musical, okay? I cannot judge that, because it's my mother tongue, so it's difficult for me to know that. But or not me, I'm mute by host. I don't know how to interpret that fact. Am I with you?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. We're listening to you.
Someone muted me. Okay, maybe I said something, I don't know, inappropriate. So I was explaining that I sent to Aliyah a funny picture that we took with our friends the first day of quarantine. Probably you have seen that I'm with a guitar, okay? So it was kind of like of a joke, okay? Because I cannot play very well the guitar, but connecting these ideas, today I decided to speak a little bit about the Spanish music, okay? But not, I mean, like conduct the Spanish class connected with music. I'm not going to explain you a theory about music, okay? But just to take advantage of music and to learn some words connected with that, and to learn something about flamenco. Do you know what is flamenco?
It's a type of dance.
Spanish dance.
Exactly. So just dance.
Oh, it's a bit music, I guess.
Music, exactly.
Well, that's I don't know how to say.
Yes. In Spanish, it's castañuelas. Today, I'm not going to translate that,
Castaña.
but other castañuelas. But I think that in Russian is something like that.
Castañete, yes.
Castañete, exactly.
Yes.
So like castañuelas, which is so Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you say that is a music, is a dance, of course. Let's go step by step, okay? Let me check, because I prepared something just to have like a help, and a small one, but now it's time to find it. So if the host has, okay, muy bien. So, a ver, sorry, just a second. Okay, so have you ever properly heard flamenco music? Do you have such a remembrance? Did you hear proper flamenco? See?
Yes.
Okay. Seems like that. And what do you think about that music, that dance? I mean, could you say me some words that come into your mind when you heard the word or you remember flamenco?
Extremely passionate for me.
Absolutely. Probably that's the right word. Passion. Pasión. Mujer. But not only mujer y hombre. Because it's a dance for both, for women and men. Okay. But passion, exactly. I mean, it's interesting that you say mujer, because it's so visual when we think about a woman dancing flamenco. Okay, I will show you some pictures. Something else, Ejé?
I would say strong emotions. It's quite strong dance. So
exactly.
It's not soft or sentimental, so it's more like there.
Absolutely. something else? The ones that really heard or saw some flamenco performance?
I've been in, I don't remember the name of this village, near the Barcelona. It was performance of with Juan Leon. He is the Guinness Book. And I've been also in flamenco. Some troupe came to Almaty. They gave performance in Leopoldo Theater.
Ah, that's great. So Nastayashi one, right?
Yes.
That's great.
And what about this man, Leon? Usually I also thought that it's dance for women, because my friends, some girls there was passionate about, they attended some courses here in Almaty.
Yes.
But in Spain, in Barcelona, it's not Spain, but maybe.
Exactly, not only women.
So I saw that it also needs stamina and force. Because
absolutely.
during the one now, he was very red. He has a long hair, and they become red after
absolutely.
This.
Yes. I mean, because he's quite demanding and very active, and I mean, as long as it's a little bit long, it requires a lot of energy for sure. Yes. Also because it's very passionate, so it's not just like soft. It's something exactly, or relaxing. It's something very, very demanding and stressing in some way.
Does it's related with its history? Because I think it stems from Andalusia, isn't it? And then related with the gypsies or gitans.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. It connected with gypsies. I'm surprised a bit. Okay.
Yes. You're going to. I'm happy that you're going to learn something really interesting. Okay. So, well, just a second, because as usual I have problems with my battery, but. Aliyah, I always like have the same problem. I cannot show you a proper video, right, by Zoom. But I guess that I can. Well, or may I try? It's a very short one. Nilay, yes.
Please try.
Okay. Yes. Sharing my my screen. Muy bien. So, okay, it's a small one, but I like it because it has some very brief explanation in English. So please let me know if you can. I mean, not the.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're just noticing advertising. Oh, okay.
So can you see and hear?
Yes.
Great.
Very well.
But so you have a very short explanation. It's a minute and a half.
But I think we cannot hear.
We cannot. Yeah.
You cannot hear?
Yes.
We cannot hear.
Oh, that's a pity. Okay, but at least take a look at the way they dance, okay, and also about the explanation. Because of course music is absolutely necessary, but at least you can see all the passion that you mentioned. And I share with you something else.
How is it possible to stay so patient for a long time, and every time you dance? It's very hard, isn't it?
I guess they are professional.
Absolutely, they are, yes.
They train.
And you can see that both a man and a woman dance, okay? Okay, so that's all. It's a very, anyway, let me send you the link, okay? And you can check later if you would like to. A ver, here, okay, so by chat now I send you you have there the link if you would like to check, because with music of course is different, okay? But at least you got like a first impression about how they they dance, of course. I mean, it's very complicated to separate music, dancing, and the rest of the factors that compose flamenco, okay? Because they are super connected and they require each other. So watching someone dancing flamenco without music is like no sense, okay? But at the same time, you can just focus on the way they dance, and you can see that we have a woman and a man, okay? And you already saw the rest of the people even singing or making some way of like accompany exactly, okay? So more or less you realize that there are different factors, and that's precisely what I wanted today to share with you, okay? The way, I mean, just some flamencos element that you are going to learn today, how to call them, okay? So let's go with this. Look, now I guess that you can see my presentation, right?
Yes, sure.
So you have their flamenco elements, okay? Or los elementos del flamenco in Spanish, okay? And you can see that they are 5. And we are going to speak a little bit about them together, okay? You already mentioned some of them, because you mentioned dance. Can you recognize that word among the ones that I'm showing you? Let's check who knows a little bit of Spanish.
Ballet?
Baile.
Baile. Okay,
exactly.
baile.
So the second word, baile, it means precisely, a ver, it means, sorry, I'm trying to, well, can you see my cursor? Yes, baile. Okay, the second one. Then you also mentioned that they sing.
Cante.
Cante, that's the first word, okay? Cante is like sing, and is the name. And do you know the verb to sing?
Cantare?
Ah, that's Italian.
Yes, lasciatemi cantare, yes. Con la
so
chitarra
it's
in mano,
almost the
yes.
same, but it's cantar. Not cantare, but cantar. Okay, just a second. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find... A ver, ¿dónde tengo las... Pantalla, opciones del puntero. Ok. No, pero yo no quiero esto. Sorry, it's just... Okay, anyway. Muy bien. Then you have, so you know already baile, which is like the dancing. You know sing, which is cante. Sorry, so I lost a little bit the speech, but cantar, look, it's interesting to check that in Spanish, every verb finishes in ar, ir, okay? At the end, So whenever you see something after that's not Spanish, that's Italian, okay? And it's that simple way to make sure misunderstand both of them. So cantar is Spanish, cantare is Italian, okay? Great. Then you have another word that I'm sure that you recognize. What about the third one? This one?
Guitar.
Guitar, exactly. But in Spanish it's guitarra. Guitarra, okay. We pronounce both those with with a very strong accent, okay. Guitarra. It's not like in Russian, for instance, which is like but guitarra. Bien. Then we have palmas. Any idea about what is palmas?
Tree? No.
Exactly, hand coupling. Exactly. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, in the video, you probably, if you look, if you watch quite carefully, you saw someone doing this way. Okay. Those are palmas, and it's very typically, it's a super necessary element in flamenco. Okay. And then we have this funny word, which is jaleo. Jaleo. Singular, only, singular, and jaleos, plural, okay? Because always with names in Spanish, just adding an S, you have the plural, okay? Chico, chicos. Cante, cantes. Guitarra, guitarras, okay? Just adding at the end an S, you have the plural. Well, that's the general rule of code. Of course, we have exceptions, but palmas, because both, okay? But one palma is only this part of the hand, okay? So palmas because we use both of them, okay? So it's interesting and quite funny that jaleo is all the noise that you can hear during a flamenco performance, apart from guitarra, okay? So probably, I mean, if you have the possibility to hear the video that I send you later on, you will check that something like, like people singing, but not singing in a proper way, but accompanying the music with their voices, but not in a proper like sing, okay? So that's jaleo, and in Spanish, jaleo is a synonym of mess, okay? So if you hear your neighbors just laughing and with very loud noises and whatever, you could ask, why that jaleo? Tipa, what is going on, okay? So jaleo is a synonym of like a mess, or, I mean, in every fiesta, you will hear jaleo, because it's like many people speaking loudly and whatever, okay? See, is that clear for all? Okay. So let's check, and I will make like a super brief contest to check if you retain these names, okay? I'm going to show you some pictures and you should say very quickly which word corresponds, okay? The first one you saw already because I go further with the presentation. So this is a...
Guitarra.
Guitarra, exactly. And a Spanish guitar. Well, we used to call them Spanish guitar. I don't know in your countries, okay? But the classic guitar in Spain, we say Spanish. I don't know if, I mean, there's any like historical explanation, but this typical one, not the electronic one or whatever, we call the Spanish guitarra. Is the same here or in your countries? No.
No, it's classical guitar.
Classical,
yes,
right?
Just guitar, yeah.
Exactly. So we are being a little bit chauvinist with that, thinking that that's only from Spain. Okay. No, just funny. Okay, so as you can see, that's a guitar. Great. Guitarra. Okay. Una guitarra. One guitar. Yes. Many?
Guitarras.
Guitarras. Okay. And could you say me something about the gender of that word? Is that...
Is it masculine, is it?
Masculine or feminine? What do you think?
Maybe feminine.
Feminine, why?
I think it's masculine. I don't know.
I think
feminine because, you know,
because of the form, right? No, but speaking about the same word, emeruet, you're right. At the end, you can find an A, okay? So almost always, A means, at the end of the word of a noun, A means feminine, okay? La guitarra, and always we add the article. We cannot say like in Russian, guitar. Как на русском?
Guitarra.
Guitarra, exactly. In English, we say the guitar, but it's not like automatic to know the gender, okay? But in Spanish, we always should use the proper article, la guitarra. We cannot say el guitarra, okay? La guitarra, okay? And when we have many guitarras, we say las guitarras, okay? The same. With the articles, we also just add one S at the end to get the plural, okay? But of course, there are exceptions as in any language, okay? So it's very funny that we many times mention that todos los problemas son masculinos y todas las soluciones son femeninas. So that's like every problem are masculine and every solution are feminine. Yes, because those are false friends, okay? Problema, it looks like a feminine, problema, okay? Because at the end we have a, but it's masculine. I don't know why, but problemas are masculine, okay? And solución, again, is a false friend because at the end, if we have on, sounds like masculine, okay? But solution, let's say, is feminine, okay? So that's why we just joke saying, I mean, it's kind of like just kidding that every problemas are masculine, but every solution are feminine. So just as a matter of a funny thing, of course we have false friends as in any language, okay? Well, let's continue. Then we have this. Do you remember?
Canta.
Cante, the noun, okay. And the verb?
Cantar.
Cantar, great.
Not cantare.
Not cantare, but cantar, okay. Do we have any like proficient, advanced Spanish speaker here who is able to say us how to compone, I mean, how to say I sing, he sing, or they sing, or whatever? Can you use that verb, cantar? Do you remember? Meruer, probably you are our specialist today.
Cantas.
Yo canto.
Yo canto.
Ajá.
Cantas.
Great.
Él canta.
Canta. Nosotros.
Nosotros cantaremos.
Cantamos.
Cantamos. Cantate. Cantate.
Nosotros cantamos.
Cantamos.
Vosotros.
Cantate.
Cantáis.
Cantáis.
Ellos. No idea. Okay. Ellos cantan. Okay. Just for the others to hear a little bit. Okay. Yo canto. Tú cantas. Él canta. Nosotros cantamos. Vosotros cantáis. Ellos cantan. Okay. So we just change the very end. Okay. Like the suffix, and we have a very simple rule depending on because we have three types of verbs, okay? The ones who finish in ar, the ones who finish in and the ones that finish in ir, ar, ir. So according with those three divisions, we have different suffixes, okay? Sorry, I'm going very, very far, but just for those who are new to realize that it's not difficult. That's the question. Okay, so this is cante y ella canta, okay? She's singing, ella canta. Ella, because it's she, okay? If we had a man, we should say él canta. Ella, él. On, ana, he, she, okay? Muy bien, so yes, this is cante, okay? As you mentioned, great. Let's go further. Then we have these beautiful people.
Palmas.
Are you sure?
Or is it jaleo?
Yes, because look at their faces and how these beautiful ladies are looking at each other. Okay, so they are not only palmando, they are doing palmas, of course, but something else, okay? They are singing, but probably not in a formal way, just jaleando, like adding sounds and noise and everything. Ole, 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 okay? That's the typical word, ole, which is super important, not only in flamenco, but in any Spanish song, okay? So this is jaleo, precisely, okay? Which is just like so. Sorry, I'm not sure if I wrote that properly. Okay, but yes, this is jaleo. And also I like this photo, but because you can check how beautiful are these. I mean, because as you can see, it's not only, I mean, they have a special, like, how to say that? Like, it's not only like sweets, but the whole, with this, oh my goodness, I don't know where's my English today. But you can see the sorry?
Attire.
Exactly, all the like,
because the costumes,
the
clothes,
costumes, thank you.
Attire.
Exactly, with the scarf and everything. Okay, so that's very, very typical in the south of Spain. That doesn't mean that people use them every single day, but they are very proud of their traditions. Okay, so many people who probably they are not engaged or connected with flamenco, but people in the south in a specific like parties and oh my goodness, like fairs and everything, they use this customs. Okay, I don't know if you have heard about sevillanas. See, it's another very typical dance from the south, from Andalusia. Okay, and they use the same customs. Okay, so that's very typical from the south. Okay, we are going to explore also a little bit well, precisely where is flamenco from, which is from the south. Okay, muy bien. Then what do we have here?
Bailar.
Bailar, absolutely. Even when they look to be in a calm moment, but well, not because of the beautiful red custom, okay? But they are dancing, of course, okay? And as you say, this is baile, baile. So baile is a noun, okay? Bailar is the verb, of course. So the same scheme, okay? I could say, yo bailo, tú bailas, él baila, nosotros bailamos, vosotros
bailamos,
baila. That's Enrique Iglesias, right? Bailando. Yeah. Yes. So ellos bailan, okay? And also something that always sounds like funny is that in Spain we have a plural pronoun also with gender, okay? We can say ellos or ellas, okay? If I have a collective of people, but only girls or women, I say ellas, okay, with A. But if in the collective everyone is a man, we use ellos.
And what about a group of mixture?
We use, I mean, it's like kind of it's a consensus that we use the masculine form, okay, ellos. As usual, of course, as in many, yes, I mean, because in that sense, it's like that you are using in a neutral way, okay? Not female, not male, but, well, it's a long story. Muy bien, so this is baile. And now that we have?
Palmas.
Palmas, exactly. So you can see the difference between jaleo, okay, that is something more complicated, and palmas, okay? So, you know, if you have the possibility, you can just look for a video on YouTube, just type palmas flamenco, okay? And you will have many possibilities because that's an art, a very beautiful art, okay? Seems like it's so easy and so simple, but it's amazingly beautiful how they develop this art really, because it's an art and you can, I mean, you can just check how beautiful is it, okay? Bien, so any question? Do you remember? Let's make a small test, okay? So, Aida, can you say me please 2 components of flamenco?
Cante and guitarra.
Muy bien, guitarra.
Guitarra.
Ni voisia, guitarra.
Okay.
Okay. Cante y guitarra. Aigeriman, could you please translate those elements? Cante y guitarra.
Cante is singing and guitar is the guitar.
Amazing, great. And Miras, do you remember other elements?
Palmas and I don't remember.
Who can help him? Aituar?
Kaleos.
Alex?
Kaleos. Excuse me.
Kaleo, okay, entonces ni voice. Because in Spanish, those sounds, I mean, they are really like strong as the language looks like, okay? Jaleo, guitarra, and etc. Okay. And Aliyah is in another planet, no worries. I know she's here. What about the fifth element, like the film, the movie? We got cante, guitarra, jaleo. What else?
Baile.
Baile. Great. 5 points. Muy bien. Baile. And how to translate baile?
Dance.
Absolutely. Muy bien. Great. Good job. Okay. So, as you also introduced, you're like my assistant today because you always say the right words in the right moment. You mentioned music. You mentioned the history. So let's go ahead with the music. Sorry, with the history. Okay. So here we are. And it's beautiful, okay, because this is a perfect example of a mix of cultures, and that's why I also thought that it's an interesting example for the language mixer, okay, because it's like the product of a mix of many cultures during a long time, okay. So as you mentioned, flamenco was originated in Andalusia. In English, it's with S, but in Spanish, it's Andalucía, okay, with a C. A long time ago, okay, between the 8th and the 15th centuries. And if you know a little bit, you don't need to know, but if any of you know a little bit of Spanish history, during that period, we were under the power, let's say, of, under the Arab domination, okay? Which is a long way, right? I mean, 711 year till, no, let's see, till, do you know till when? Till we discover America, because it's the same year, okay? 1492. In the same year, the Arab people left the Spanish peninsula, okay? And we, with Columbus, we discover America, okay? So those are almost 7 centuries under the Arab domination. So you can realize that there's a huge influence in many factors of the current Spanish culture, okay? In the language, of course, in architecture, in cuisine, in many aspects of our culture, we had a very strong Arab influence, okay? And also with music and flamenco, okay? So what happened? Their music and musical instruments were modified and adapted by Christians and Jews, that we have both of them, many of them in the country, and later by Gypsies. And it became a hybrid music, separate from the musical forms which created it, okay? So it's a very long way during many centuries. And even it's not clear in which specific moment it started, okay? So it's very beautiful and very mysterious and interesting. It's a beautiful history because no one knows exactly where it started and when, but more or less those are the factors, okay? So we have Arab music and instruments adapted and modified by Christians and Jews, and later by Gypsies. So you can realize that there are many, many factors together, okay? And I highlighted those words just because I thought that maybe we can translate them together, okay? Well, Andalusia, it has no translation. It's just the name of that part of Spain, okay? Do you have any idea about how to say century in Spanish?
Perhaps cintura.
A ver.
La cintura.
La cintura. La cintura. Do you know what is the cintura? Is no.
It's a belt, isn't it?
Belt.
No, I cannot say that. Just un momentito. Es siglo. Entonces, siglo is century, okay? Entonces, century. Uy. Your first words for today. Century is siglo, okay? Arab domination, Arab is so close, okay? But with accent, it's like, a ver, árabe, okay? And even if you want to say Arab domination, in Spanish will be dominación árabe, okay? As you can see, also quite close. Arab domination, dominación árabe. See? More or less you are following. Musical instruments. How to say that? It's also very close. Any idea?
Los instrumentos.
Hey, great. Muy bien. Los instrumentos musicales. Exactly. Amazing. Hey, I have some like philologs with me. Muy bien. What else? We have adapted. I chose the most like close.
Excuse me, why loss? It's like, is it like article or what?
It's the article, exactly. Oh. As I told you, always we should add, and thank you for the question, because in fact I should say el siglo, the same, okay, the article. La dominación árabe, los instrumentos musicales, okay? ¿Sí? Muy bien. Here we have a word, a verb, which is adapted. And it's very close to Spanish, okay? Because it's, sorry?
Adaptación.
Muy, casi. Adaptado. Or adaptación. La adaptación. And the verb is adaptar. Okay? Adaptar, to adapt. Muy bien. Great. Christians, well, this is super close, of course. Oops. Pero Aurora, ¿qué te está pasando? Christians is, well, cristianos, okay. Use is judíos, okay, with the accent. Then we have gypsies, gitanos, okay, los gitanos, and hybrid, which is híbrido. Well, because those are not quite, I mean, those like, well, they are better to say, probably they are, many of them, they are Latin words in both languages, I mean, in Spanish and in English. Okay, muy bien. So more or less, you can see that, I mean, why I decided to make this small exercise as for you to check that even if you had the possibility to check this small text in Spanish, you can understand probably almost like the general sense, okay? Because many words are more or less the same, or they are very close, okay? The question, of course, is, I mean, it's not that easy. I mean, and what about if we took this to, I mean, we have 8 and hasta el 14, ¿verdad? To the 15th, okay. Those, entonces, los siglos
8.
T? Remember 15?
15.
Quintas.
Yeah, something like that.
15.
15.
Ok, 15. Muy bien. Entre los siglos 8 y 15. ¿Sí? Bien, ok. Just as a matter of like a small example. Muy bien. Great. So you learn already something. Muy bien. Entonces, a ver, let me just close this.
Sorry, Aurora.
Sure.
I have a quick question. Adaptado and la adaptación, what is the difference? I mean, it's the same, just...
No, look, thank you for the question. I'm sorry because I don't know by which way I just put this in the middle of nowhere. But adaptado is the participio, is the past of adaptar. Let's go step by step. Adaptar is the infinitive of the verb, okay? Adaptar. And you can see, can you see that between brackets, okay? And you can recognize it because of the end, adaptar, see? Adaptación, that's the noun, okay? Adaptation, let's say. And then adaptado is just like the, just the translation, sorry?
Gerundivo.
El participio, not gerundive, but participio. ¿Cómo es participio?
Participle.
Participle, exactly. Sí, exactly. So it's,
okay.
It's a verb form.
Okay, so, got it, clear.
See, in that sense, the musical instruments were modified and adapted. Los instrumentos musicales fueron adaptados. Okay, so, well, it's not that easy to explain, but it's a form or the verb adaptar. Okay? Muy bien.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, now I have this question in every single, no, I cannot believe. A ver, just let me check how to. ¿Desea conservar sus anotaciones de entrada? No. Entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer con esto? Un momento, ya está seco, ¿ok? Bien, yes, I need to start showing again. Muy bien, ok. So now, just as an example, well, we went ahead with a very super brief explanation about the history, okay? And the interesting thing is if you remember in the very short video that I showed you, the first one, okay, you also checked that in 2010, the UNESCO included flamenco as an intangible, how is it called?
World Heritage, kind of?
Exactly, World Heritage, exactly. So it's quite late, only 10 years ago, but it's a way of recognize that it's something, well, as many other cultural expressions, okay, is something bigger. It's not just a music or just, but something that represents very well much deeper values, okay, of a country. In this case, it's not only a country, because the funny thing is, well, or funny or interesting thing is that even when flamenco is super Spanish, it's something very specific from Spain, but as long as, for instance, an interesting fact is that not only, but almost only gypsies sing and dance flamenco. Not only, okay? There are very good dancers and singers who are not gypsies, but they are very few. And sometimes if you speak with people from Spain, probably they will say you as an explanation that gypsies, they have this in their blood, okay? Something super special that they feel much better than us, than the rest of Spain, okay? So it's something very specific and very special that they receive generation by generation, okay? For instance, I love flamenco and I found it amazing and super special, okay? but I know that I could never absolutely try to sing or to dance flamenco, because I don't have like kind of like the duende. Duende is like that magic that they need to be a great dancer. Okay, so it's complicated to explain, but it's something you can check now. Look, I decided to show you some families that are like the top dancer and singers in Spain. Okay, Morente is their surname. Okay, Morente, o sea, and they have, it's like that everyone in that family can sing and can dance like angels. Okay, like angels. They do it super well. And another one is Los Habichuela, and I also choose this picture because it's quite special. It's super folkloric, right? This is a very typical flamenco family, and you can see all the generations involved. Okay, starting from Habichuela. This is the founder, let's say, of this family, because he's the grandfather. And look at those small ones already wearing like gitanas, okay, like gypsies, because they are super proud of being them. Okay, and you can see that is something that they translate to every new generation in a very natural way. Okay. Bien. Also, I cannot speak about flamenco without mentioning those super important and unique people, okay, who are Camarón de la Isla y Paco de Lucía. Okay, they already passed away a long time ago. Well, Paco de Lucía like 5 years ago, the one with the guitar. Okay, but Camarón de la Isla is a super special guy because he's done incredible, amazingly. Okay, and even probably for you, the first time that you heard that is like, it's super different from everything that you can imagine and very like special. But anyway, you will check, if you took a look later, you will check all the passion and all the power and energy that he has and that he translates in their music. Okay, and Paco de Lucía, many people say that is probably the best flamenco guitarist that existed. Okay, so, and well, he was also a very sensitive person, and when they were together, that was like I don't know how to explain, but something super special. Okay, and now I decided also to include something about Rosalía. Have you heard about Rosalía? Well, this is a very interesting fact, and we say that Rosalía is like our Beyoncé or something like that. Okay, because she's a product. I mean, no, she's not a product. She's amazing. She's super young. She's not gypsy, but she studied for many years flamenco in a very professional way. Well, she's like 23 or 25, something like that. Okay, and 2 or 3 years ago, she started to sing in a way that for many people, only the great stars were able to sing. Okay, so, but at the same time with a very interesting fusion, because it's kind of hip hop with flamenco. Is a super strange mix, but you should check it because you can get the best of flamenco in a very modern way. Modern way. Okay, so this is not Damas ni Sadania. Okay, but if you would like to check, I'm sure that you will be thrilled, really, because it's kind of, I don't know, very, very different and very special. Okay, so take a look. If I don't know if you would like me to send you the presentation. It's super simple, but at least to remember the names of the people, I mean, there's no problem. I can send you if you want. Even I can send you to the chat here. Okay, and then we can continue speaking a little bit, and I will send you. Do you have any question? Something to speak? I mean, something that was not clear or that you would like to know? I'm not an expert, by the way, but it's something, of course, that I mean, I have in, I don't know how to explain, but for me, it was very, I mean, it's something that all of us Even when I told you that in Spain, not everyone, I mean, we cannot say that I cannot even try to sing flamenco, but we know perfect. I mean, it's part of our culture at the end of the day. Okay, it's a very important part of something that is so connected with how we understand ourselves in Spain. Okay. So, any question?
Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to ask what does flamenco means? I mean, what is the origin or definition or story behind the flamenco?
The same
because
word,
it sounds
you
like
mean?
Flamenco.
Yes, it's quite funny, right? Because you always, I mean, you should be aware of that, not to confuse both the words. And to be honest, I cannot explain anything about the name. It's I mean, I should check, and I can check, of course, but I think that there's no one explanation. It's just a name, absolutely. And exactly the same name as those animals. Yes. But as long as I know, there's no other explanation. It's just like the name. I don't know. What about the time? Are we okay with that?
I've just Googled. Sorry, I've just Googled the meaning of the name. So I think it comes from Andalusian term, apparently, and then it's kind of translates into peasant without land. So I think it indicates gypsies in that sense.
Probably.
So,
you're right. Probably. Great. Thank you so much. What? Any other question?
Aurora, it's not a question, but when we meet, is it possible to show us how to dance like with small figures?
Well, as I told you, it's so, I mean, I probably cannot. I can try, I can show you many videos and whatever, but we can have a very funny time trying, of course.
Okay, let's try together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Sure. A ver, sorry, I'm looking for the presentation, okay? But please keep speaking, and I'm going to finish with this.
Aurora, do you sing yourself? Because watching the picture where you with guitar on the guitar, I was expected to see you today singing something.
I like to sing, and by the way, I sing, of course, but not flamenco. I mean, I can just repeat more or less how they, but you know, that's a very serious thing to sing flamenco, because even when you think that is quite chaotic or like loady or noisy, it's an art on itself, okay? Sing flamenco. And as I told you, this Rosalia, for instance, she studied for many years. And it's amazing how the real experts say that she got the essence of flamenco. Even when she's from Catalonia, she's not from Andalusia, she's not gypsy, but some way she managed, I mean, she has an amazing talent, and is a very interesting artist, by the way. You should find her, and great.
Sorry, did she get any negativity from more traditionalists?
You know, it's complicated, because some people, of course, they say that if you are not, if you didn't receive in a natural way from your family, I mean, because as I told you, there are people who are flamenco stars that they are not gypsy, but they are very few. Almost everyone are gypsies, okay? So if you are not a gypsy, and for some reason, because of your family or the tradition in which you grew, you more or less manage to sing or dance quite well, that's, I mean, you receive it in a very natural way because of your context, okay? Let's say your family context or whatever. So many people say, network is gonna, sorry, I'm sending you this. Many people say that, I mean, they are not, they cannot accept that Rosalia is just a product of studies and artificial talent, let's say. But the reality is that she's amazing. I mean, all very, very talented people say that she got it. I mean, that she's amazing, and that some way but at the end of the day, I think that she's super passionate. I mean, it's not something that she studies, it's like that she has it also on her blood some way. And she's able to sing. But you should check, okay? Because it's not traditional flamenco. So you could, probably at the beginning, you look like Aurora. Maybe you mistook, because this is not flamenco, but it's flamenco. It's a very modern and a special flamenco. So take a look for sure, and you will get a very interesting, and let us know some way in Language Mixer Instagram or whatever. Let us know your feelings when you heard Rosalía, okay? But also, of course, Camarón is the best forever and ever. And Paco de Lucia is amazing, okay? The way he played guitar is it's something from other world. Rosa is amazing. Did you get the presentation in the chat? Yes, great.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Anytime. What else? Any other question? I cannot see everyone. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, yes, 11. Okay, here we are.
What's your favorite song, flamenco song?
Sorry?
What's your favorite flamenco music?
There are many like subgenres, bulerías, rumba. Rumba is so beautiful. And see, Alex?
No, I'm just
realized. Yes, rumba is a flamenco, and the subgenres are called palos. Is the way they call it, which is like palochka, like just a sticker. Okay, is the name of those subgenres. But and bulerías is so beautiful also. So I was doubting about adding more information, but I thought that will be probably too much. But you can find, plenty of information if you look for that just Google flamenco, and you will have, of course, a lot of information and whatever. I just wanted to give you like kind of small tasting.
I'm surprised because I have never connected rumba and flamenco, you know.
So rumba
I'm surprised a bit.
Yes, I saw your face. But it's a subgenre of flamenco. Yes, among any others. ¿Qué más? What else? Nilay, so you would like to dance, right? I got it.
Yeah. But with you, only with you.
Okay. Yes, great. Thank you for your confidence. Sure. Aygerin, do you like to dance also?
Yes, it depends what dance.
Flamenco, you will enjoy for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
You to spin me, like I will.
So I sorry, I forget to say you that in here in Almaty there is like a study of one girl that I know her perfectly. She's amazing. Her name is Olga, and she has a study here. They study, and it's called Santas Flores del Alma. It's a very funny name in Spanish. So if you Google that if you anytime you would like to study flamenco, to dance properly, you can find them. Santas Flores del Alma. Okay, just looking for that. And they are a super active group. They are all, and Olga, every single year she traveled to Spain, like to study new techniques and new systems and everything. So she's always getting, like giving actualization and she's amazing. So in these years, I realized how she improved not only her own way to dance, but also the technique in teaching and everything. So she's quite professional. And apart from here, I think you are the only one out from Kazakhstan. In London, you can realize probably you can find many good flamenco teachers, I guess, because in such a city, of course.
I'm sure there are, but I'm not good at dancing, so yeah, I'll just go and watch probably.
The place where they dance is called tablao flamenco. Okay, this is like tablao flamenco is the place where flamenco dancers play and dance. Okay, and you can find good tablaos in London also. Okay, just to visit and to see a performance, which could be amazing. Great. What else? Any other question? Doubt? Desire?
Who dances?
Sorry, Aigerim, I cannot hear you.
You cannot hear me.
Right now.
I think Eche is looking like the one who dances flamenco. Her appearance is, like.
She's super engaged.
Yeah, I should put my hair.
Exactly, like here.
But you couldn't be more wrong. I'm sorry to disappoint
you. Do you dance some way, Eche? No.
No, like, not at all. No,
that's not me. I see.
Probably.
And sing. What about singing?
No.
What about the rest of the people? Do we have artists in that sense?
What do you mean?
Do you like dancing or singing?
Yeah, sure, boss.
Great. Rumba?
No. I prefer more Western.
I see.
Singing and dancing. For example, I used to dance some. Well, it calls boogie woogie actually.
Boogie woogie.
Yes, it's like it's swing dance. Have you ever heard about swing?
Of course.
So it's like
my dream.
Look at that! But this is so interesting. You cannot show us in this small screen. It's a pity. But next time, you should make a small performance for us.
Yes.
That will be funny. And girls,
I'm thinking about this.
Let's see. Aida, Arailim, Nilay, do you dance or sing?
Yes, I dance only at parties.
Well, that's more than enough. Always ready. And Arailim?
No, I can't dance, but I love singing.
Great. Aliyah, you didn't mention that we sang together.
We sang together. You sang.
Do you remember? We sang together only once.
Yeah, I was listening to. I was the perfect listener.
Come on, I heard you. Because we tried to attend a choir together, but it was precisely the day before the quarantine started. So it was like only once, and that's all. That was so funny. And now we are in a chat with the rest of the people, and they are like, how many messages do we receive any day, every day? Like 500 or something like that.
Join a choir.
See, so funny.
It's going to be a lot of messages. But I actually, there is no swing dance school in Almaty, and I was going to learn.
I was seeking a lot. No way.
There was a couple of my friends who left for St. Petersburg, and they did online classes, and I took them during quarantine. But
wow!
Oh, let's dance.
Just like I'm a perfect listener and watcher, and
which is also important, of course.
It's just your individual impression. Come on.
Let us know if you find a swing dance in Almaty, or if you want to start a school here as a hobby. We definitely will find people for you to have in the class. So thank you, Aurora, for inspiring.
My pleasure, of course.
We have one performance minimum for our next meetings, right?
Sorry?
Singing and dancing. We have one performance minimum for our next meetings.
Absolutely, yes.
Singing and dancing.
Yes, for sure.
And the rest will be clapping, yeah.
So everybody has a task. Watch Palmas how to do it properly. And Aurora will sing for us if we do it properly.
My goodness.
And you too.
I should get ready for that. It's super difficult, you know. It's a very complicated art, but okay, I will rehearse for sure.
I don't think I will see you again, so
no, why not?
Not, we need you. We should start.
By the way, Ece was in Almaty last September.
Really?
Yeah.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, beautiful city. So loved it.
Ece, by the way, could you please introduce yourself?
And how?
For example, a short story as a short story. London and Netherlands.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not that interesting. I'm just a regular person. So I just lived in different countries. I'm originally Turkish and I lived in the Netherlands for a while and lived in the States before moving here in London. Now I'm here. And I like to travel as Nilay.
Yeah.
And
she has been even in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. I'm just a regular person. Come on.
Exactly.
She's not a regular.
But yeah,
wow.
I mean, so yeah, and that was really amazing. I mean, we met Nilay because of traveling group, actually.
Really?
And I feel privileged to know her. And she was really kind to host us in Kazakhstan, and we visited beautiful places which I would have never even dreamed of. So yeah, it was really, really good. And Almaty is a beautiful city. You're so lucky with this lake. It's just gorgeous.
I agree, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
big Almaty Lake. So yeah, and I'm really, I don't know how to thank her and you for accepting me in this group. Thank you again. But kind of enough spotlight. So I'll just move.
Okay, guys. Okay. If you don't have any question, let's call it a day.
Actually, I have a question because I think Nilay suggested about the Dutch language, which probably is going to be next week. Is it? Nilay, am I right?
No, not next week.
Okay.
Let's discuss about later, okay?
Okay, sure. Just yeah, we'll do that. Sorry.
Okay.
So Dutch with you, Ece, or not? Do you speak fluent? Wow.
I do, yeah.
She's a very normal person.
An ordinary one. Spanish.
Oh, that's a small detail. You can probably learn very fast, I'm sure.
Well, it's a teacher like you, so yeah, why not?
I'm a teacher of flamenco, but today. Bien.
Aurora, thank you so much for your amazing session.
My pleasure.
It was really great. As always, I'm getting your fan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, the pity is that I can never join your classes to say the same about you, but I'm sure that also yours are amazing ones.
Thank you so much. Before we go, Alia is coming. Let's take a group photo.
Oh, Alia, you're in the mountains.
And Miras, Aida, and Aralim, if you don't mind, could you please turn on your camera or not? We would be great.
Here people is coming.
I turned, but
it's okay. It's okay. No problem. And guys, if you are ready,
so we're recording thank you video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. First group photo and then thank you. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, sure. Group photo. Wave.
Let's smile. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Video, okay.
And gracias, Aurora.
Gracias. Yes.
Gracias.
I just wrote in the chat. Gracias.
Gracias.
For you, a vosotros. Sí, can you see?
Gracias. Gracias. Okay.
Gracias.
Then, guys, after me, please fill in the blanks, okay? I get it. You can start. Okay. Today we had Spanish with Aurora, and we want to say to her, gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas.
Gracias.
Gracias a vosotros. Thanks to you for being with me today.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And for the ones who are just for the first time, please, you should repeat. That's only the beginning, right?
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
Have a good evening.
Have a good
Thank you very
evening.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you. Adios.
Bye bye.